This is Brian Rideout, and this is going to be a quick and dirty tutorial on how to record yourself effectively for role-playing game podcasts. We are going to be using Audacity version 2.3.3. The reason I'm using Audacity 2.3.3 is that it is a good, stable version of the software that I'm familiar with, and versions 3.0 and later were purchased by another managerial company that has included spyware. 2.3.3 is a clean version of the software that is free for use, and for the purposes of my podcasts, I will include a copy of the file for every person involved. Once you've got Audacity open, the first thing we want to do is make sure to calibrate your microphone input. So make sure the microphone you're using, in this case my blue snowball, is selected under microphone. You also want to make sure you're only recording a mono track, not a stereo track. And if you want to listen to yourself as you record, you'll want to make sure to select your headphones from the audio output. Once you start recording, you'll notice that there's a spectrograph that flickers from blue to yellow to red as you speak, and it is represented here on the spectrometer line. As you speak, if you see a lot of yellow or red, what you're going to have are sound spikes that sound uncomfortable to the listener and will be very difficult to hear for people. If you are seeing a lot of yellow and red, you want to take this microphone slider and slide it down until you're only seeing yellow when you speak loudly. So in my case, I find I have to set the volume at about 85% to just see yellow when I want to see yellow. If, on the other hand, you're not seeing yourself reach the yellow at all, then you will want to slide the microphone slider up until you get hit that sweet spot where you're seeing yellow spikes when you're at your loudest. This will allow you to get a good, clean sounding recording where you don't have a lot of sound spikes and you don't sound robotic when you get excited or energetic. When we begin a recording, I will get everyone to give me a clap in. I'll count 3, 2, 1. And that creates a visual cue that I can physically line up between tracks to let me know when to begin recording. At the end of a recording, I'll just ask that you sit quietly for about 5 or 6 seconds just to get clean, quiet noise from your room. That way I can go back and edit just about anything that like pops or weird background sounds and tighten up your sound in general by copying and pasting empty sound over top of things you've said. Now, once you're done recording, simply hit stop, and then you can hit File and save your project. I'm currently going to just save this under the title of Tutorial 1. Now this won't generate just one file. It generates a file and a folder full of other documents that I will need. And so you'll need to have both the file with that name and the folder with that name uploaded to something like Dropbox for me to get a hold of. That way I can lay tracks over each other. I will also be recording what I'm hearing of you, but because internet connections can cause a lot of fuzz and distortion, I prefer to have a copy of your speech from your microphone. It will sound louder, cleaner, and clearer, and if we've had any connection issues, it will go away. Now, one thing to keep in mind about Audacity is if Windows is updating in the background, it can cause issues. So I suggest you turn Windows updates off while we are recording. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you being here.